What do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo?
You know, I don't like that fight.
I say Terence win. Yes.
What? Terence win over Canelo?
Yes, Terence win.
Boxing is brutal in its simplicity. When Canelo fights the way he's supposed to, calculated pressure, heavy counters, granite chin, he looks like a man designed in a lab to ruin careers. But the minute he decides to play games, take rounds off, or admire his head movement too long...
I know Canelo, he's so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason. Right?
Crawford can slide in and flip the whole story. Crawford's specialty? Punishing hesitation. He's not a guy who just wins fights. He rewrites your confidence like a hacker in your brain.
A fight between Canelo and Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
How do you see that fight? Who
I
do you
like Terence. It's
wow.
My friend, but it's crazy man. Listen, I say Terence win.
Remember Errol Spence? People thought he'd make it a war. Instead, he walked into Crawford's science fair and left a dismantled project. The wild card here is discipline.
What do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo?
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight, you know. And he had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, but this guy was big and he was awkward.
Canelo at his sharpest is a nightmare. Stronger, bigger, chin like a brick wall. But here's the twist. When Canelo looks human, he looks very human. Against Bivol, he looked like someone trying to play chess with mittens on. Slow, frustrated, outthought.
Throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's a money fight, you know what I mean? I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo. Canelo wanted to fight him. I mean, I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo, to be honest with you. But it would be, I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight. It would be a great fight, but I feel like if I deserve my opportunity. And after this fight, what else are you going to say?
If that version shows up, Crawford will pull off the heist of the decade. And let's not forget, Crawford doesn't just win, he humiliates. He takes pride in breaking your rhythm, stealing your timing, and then smiling at you mid-round like a man who knows your internet password. This isn't just a fight, it's Thanksgiving dinner. Half the family swears the turkey is perfect. The other half says it's dry as hell. Nobody's changing their mind.
The others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, you know. So I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later. And he's still got that kind of steam. But, you know, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components.
When Canelo versus Crawford got announced, the boxing world cracked right down the middle. On one side, purists screaming skills pay the bills. Crawford's technical mastery, IQ, switch hitting, adaptability. On the other side, the size police. Weight classes exist for a reason, and they're not wrong. Canelo is built like a walking boulder, with calves the size of tree trunks and a history of cracking naturally bigger men. But here's the catch. Skills are the only thing that consistently break the rules. History has seen smaller men walk into bigger fights and turn giants into statues.
It's going to come to fruition in September. What are your thoughts on that bout?
I have nothing to say. It's a good fight. And it's a good fight. I wish both of them the best.
All right, next question over here. Do you use that for motivation at all? Like Canelo's like, you know.
I definitely do use that as motivation because if I was such an easy fighter and target, he would have came and beat me already. Just for him not fighting me lets me know how dangerous I am.
Manny Pacquiao moved up 8 divisions and turned legends into highlight reels. Floyd Mayweather made stronger fighters swing at air for 12 rounds. Crawford is from that school. His toolbox isn't just deep, it's organized with labels and alphabetized. He doesn't just fight you, he studies you mid-round and rewrites his entire strategy before the bell even rings. Still, size is a brutal equalizer.
Canelo comes out and does what Canelo should do, Canelo wins the fight. If Canelo comes out and does what he shouldn't do, Crawford wins the fight.
But with Crawford, what are Crawford's keys to victory when you are fighting someone like Canelo, who, albeit maybe not in height, but in stature, is a much bigger man than him?
Control the center of the ring.
Canelo doesn't just weigh more, he carries the weight like a weapon. His body shots sound like a car crash. His counters make even granite-chinned fighters blink. Skills can dodge for a while, but what happens if one of those power shots lands flush? If Iron Mike tells you not to fight someone, It's not advice. It's a survival warning. That's basically Godzilla telling you, don't poke King Kong. Mike Tyson has zero chill about this matchup. He flat out doesn't like it. His reasoning? Crawford already had trouble against a bigger, awkward opponent. So what happens when he fights an even bigger, better one? Tyson's whole point is simple. Weight is a problem you can't outthink when the other guy knows how to use it. And Tyson's right. Canelo at 168 isn't just a bigger dude, he's a master at using his size. He's patient, he cuts the ring like a stalker, and he turns defense into offense before you realize you're cornered. Crawford is brilliant, yes, but brilliance doesn't stop a sledgehammer. And Mike knows what it's like to hit guys who just couldn't handle the force. But here's the twist. Tyson also lived the life of proving people wrong. He was the smaller heavyweight tearing through men built like skyscrapers. Deep down, Tyson might be projecting his own nightmare scenario, seeing Crawford walk into a meat grinder. Yet what if Crawford pulls a Tyson? What if he's the guy who makes too small sound like an excuse? David Benavidez basically said, yeah, Crawford could beat Canelo, but don't ask me to co-sign it on paper because I'm not paying for that funeral. Benavidez is one of the few who openly entertains the idea of Crawford pulling the upset. Even while hyping Crawford, Benavidez admits he doesn't want to see the fight. Why? Because he knows the business. Canelo is the money fight, the golden ticket everyone chases. Crawford daring to move up that much is both legendary and reckless. Benavidez knows how dangerous Canelo is up close, how hard he hits, how draining his pressure can be. Yet there's a part of Benavidez that respects the audacity. Because what's boxing without crazy dreamers willing to risk everything? It's safe, boring, and predictable. And nobody wants predictable. Crawford is basically saying, fine, I'll take the fight, nobody else has the guts to sign. When Usyk talks boxing, you listen. This man made Anthony Joshua look like he forgot how to log into his Wi-Fi. Usyk is the poster child for skill-beating size. He moved up to heavyweight and schooled guys who looked like they could bench press SUVs. So when he says Crawford's skills can overcome Canelo's natural size, he's not just guessing, he's speaking from personal experience. He doesn't sugarcoat that Canelo is bigger. He knows size matters, but his belief is rooted in the purity of boxing. Timing beats speed, skill beats power, brains beat brawn. And Crawford has the brains. His ability to switch stances, control range, and make adjustments is exactly what Usyk respects. But here's the suspense. Usyk also knows that if size does matter, it matters brutally. He himself almost cracked against Chizora's pressure before adjusting. What happens if Crawford can't adjust fast enough? Roy Jones Jr. basically said, this fight is a coin toss. Except one side is gold, the other side is TNT. Roy Jones has a unique perspective because he was once the guy daring to move up and fight bigger men. He knows the thrill and the risk. His take? It depends entirely on which version of Canelo shows up. If Canelo is locked in, disciplined, and fighting like a champion, then Crawford doesn't stand a chance. But if Canelo shows up sloppy, sluggish, or distracted, Crawford's skill set will eat him alive. It's suspenseful because Canelo is unpredictable. Sometimes he looks untouchable, like against Callum Smith. Other times, like versus Bivol, he looks like he left his rhythm in the locker room. Crawford is the kind of fighter who punishes even small lapses. Roy's analysis is less about size or skill, it's about form. Boxing isn't fought on paper, it's fought on the night. And on that night, the man who shows up sharper will walk away with history. Shawn Porter basically said, look, I fought Crawford. He's tough. But Canelo's punches are like getting hit by a Toyota Corolla. Porter respects Crawford's toughness. He's lived it firsthand. But his worry is whether Crawford can eat Canelo's shots for 12 rounds. The suspense is real. Will Crawford's IQ neutralize the power? If anyone can find an angle nobody saw coming, it's Bud Crawford. What makes Plant's take dramatic is that he's not dismissing Crawford. He's saying the fight is more competitive than most expect. And sometimes being underestimated is the deadliest weapon.